Hello and welcome to CE Marking in 5 minutes. CE stands for Conformity European. Well, that's in French. In English, it stands for European Conformity. CE marking is a mandatory compliance mark on products intended to be placed on the European Union market, or more specifically the European Economic Area. It indicates that the product meets the essential health and safety requirements which are given in the European Union Directive. CE marking uses self-declaration, where the manufacturer himself declares conformity and affixes the CE marking on his product. As we can see, there are 7 steps to the CE marking process. The first step is to identify applicable directives. Directives are broad legal guidelines which give essentially give only the essential requirements. These are published by the European Commission. Depending upon the product application, the end use of the product, the operational environment, the operating voltages, and the components incorporated in the product, more than one of the 23 directives are applicable to a particular product. Once the directives have been identified, the route to conformity has to be identified. The routes are also called as conformity assessment modules, and depending on the product risk, the directives specify one of the 8 routes. That is Module A to Module H. Module A is for the product with least risk, and H is for the product with the highest risk. We are going to discuss a little bit about the Module A, which is specified by the EMC and the Low Voltage Directive. The next step is to identify the applicable standards. We have to use only the EN standards. EN stands for Euronorm, and these EN standards translate the legal requirements of the directives into the technical requirements. The European Union website publishes a list where standards are listed against each directive. The standard has to be selected specific to the product. If this is not available, then you have to select the standard specific to the product family, or if both are not available, then you have to use the generic standard. The next step is to carry out the tests or the conformity assessment or the risk assessment as per the requirements of the standard. Testing can be done in-house or from a third-party lab. Now, when the product complies with all the requirements of the applicable EN standards, it is automatically presumed that the product complies with the requirements of the directive. This principle is called as the presumption of conformity. Once you get the test reports, and then you need to compile a technical documentation in support of your conformity claim. It contains the information about the manufacturer, about the importer, about the product and product variant, and it also contains the test reports. After this, the manufacturer has to draw up what is called as a declaration of conformity. It is here where the manufacturer actually declares that the product meets the requirements of the directive. He lists all the directives that have been referred to, and he also lists the standard in the declaration of conformity. He then signs the declaration of conformity along with the date. The DOC has to be included in the documentation, and the documentation plus the DOC, that is the declaration of conformity, has to be kept inside the European Union for a period of 10 years after the last placement of the product in the market. After that, the manufacturer affixes the CE marking on the product or on the data plate of the product. The marking size and shape has to be exactly as specified by the directive. Now the CE marking process is complete, and the last thing the manufacturer should do is that his manufacturing process should ensure continued compliance. That is, the manufacturing process should churn out samples which are identical to that which was tested for CE marking in the first place. Thank you and bye bye.